Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Married at First Sight All-Star Panel. I'm Glenn, along with my lovely wife, Jackie. And I also have a man, Tommy. What's up, Tommy, from August Love Story?
What's going on, guys?
Nothing much, man. Hey, another episode of Married at First Sight. We almost, I would say we almost to the end, but we're not. We're almost to decision day. We ain't the end. We're almost to decision day. Decision day is where we're getting close to. This episode, to me, I thought was one of the better episodes because there's a lot to talk about in this episode. We got so many different dynamics from when you deal with the people in this episode. And for those who are watching, make sure you hit the subscribe button on August Love Story and Jack and Glenn. Make sure you do that. But let's get where you want to get started at, man. Tommy, I'll let you pick today. Roll the dice, man.
Okay. Clare and Cameron, let's get them out of there.
All right, let's get them out of there, man. your thoughts on Clare and Cameron, man.
First off, I want to say I watched the whole episode this week.
Oh, that's what's up.
As I watched the episode this week, I realized I was like, yep, I didn't watch that. I didn't make it through the whole episode last week. So this week, yes, I watched the whole thing. She said Claire was telling Emily that she saw Cameron. I just wish they would have let Claire off the show. Like, stop having her on the show so much. Just because the conversation she had with Emily was to confirm that they was not getting together. Like, they ultimately were just going to be friends and just do their thing from that part. And I was like, what was her point of being here? You know, and then I know last week, Cameron was like, if she say yes on decision day, I'm going to say yes. And then they have all this controversy with Brennan. Like I just felt like she was really, really messy on this episode, but she had a right to be messy on this episode, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I got a point. I'm brought up to Jack, but I'm gonna bring it up to you once you finish your thought about Claire.
I mean, that's pretty much all I got for Clare and Cameron, man.
Hey, do you think, this is my question I asked Jack in my review, do you think Claire should have told Emily earlier?
Yes.
And not waited until her and Brennan having a fallout? And I told Jack, I said, I would have told, as soon as I found out the information, I wouldn't have waited for her and Brennan to go south. I would have told her, guess what I heard? Guess what I found out? I wouldn't have waited till I think she waited too long.
Yeah, I would have told Brennan, because the thing is, it was my friend, right? You're hurting my friend. I would have told Brennan, hey, you need to tell her something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, straight, either you say it or I'm going to say it, and you got a week. And that's,
right.
and that's how I would have presented the thing, because it's like, man, don't treat people wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just treat people the way you want to be treated, and I think life will be fine. You know, so if you don't want nobody to do you like that, don't do anybody else like that. So that was my whole thing. Yes, I was like, you found that out. You should have told that long before you found out that they wasn't doing well. Because she had these, what they call it, these rainbow colored glasses on, talking about he's so sweet since the accident. And I'm like, bro, like, he did what any human being would do. He didn't do anything. Mm-hmm. So yeah, she definitely should have told her that. Like, I would have just approached it to, you tell her or I'm gonna tell her what you want. You know.
See, I didn't tell him that I feel like Emily should have told her. Yes. But I was explaining to him why she probably didn't. Because, she didn't want to make her feel even worse. And now that they're in a place where he was really, really showing his true colors, then she was like, I'm going to just go ahead and tell you. But I like what you said, too. She could have been like, look, Brennan. But I feel like she don't really talk to him like that. But in this instance, I would have made a point to talk to him. Hey, I know what you did last summer. I know what you did last summer. But I know what you're doing. If you don't tell her, I'm going to tell her. Yeah. She could have done it that way. But like I said, I think Claire just didn't want to bust her bubble, because she was like, I saw how optimistic you were, which is in contrast to that bull crap Brennan said. But we'll get to that I'll probably do that last time.
Yeah, we'll probably get to that a little bit later. But Claire's just been messy. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I do have a problem with Cameron entertaining that though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how far that conversation. I'm not even really sure on what the conversation was with them, but what I thought happened was that Brennan asked Cameron to go on a double date with him, and I don't know if they went or whatever, but Cameron went to Claire and told her that that's what happened. I wonder what Cameron told Brennan in that instance
Right.
because outside of saying no and you're wrong for like I really can't fool with you like after that, man. You know, it's that's just you don't treat people like that, especially like you're married. You just don't treat people like that, you know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing. Neither one of them shut it down. They entertained it, right?
That's what I'm
Even
saying. Like I have an issue with Cameron because nobody shut that down.
right. Even if they was joking, which I don't think it was joking, it's like it was serious. Like, yo, we should go on a double date. Like, yeah, and we're not talking about our wives that we with neither. Like, dog, like, what are you doing? Right? For a guy who, and this is where I like, Brennan, you're a fool. For a guy who said he doesn't want divorce, for a guy who said he didn't, you're doing all the things that a guy who wants divorce is doing.
Yeah,
Like, you thought she just gonna be boo boo the fool? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, oh, I'll let you cheat on me.
right. It's okay.
Right? It's okay. Yeah, I'll let you cheat. You saved my life. I'll let you cheat on me. You know, it just like it's like one of those things. Like, what are you thinking? And for like, I would never bring away your time, man. Tell me, let's go ahead and we're going out on double dates, and it's not with Artika and Jackie. Like, never.
And see,
Yeah, even separated.
And even sorry, and I'm your boy. I'm like, man, that's wrong.
yeah, that was the difference, right? Like if it was Cameron, how would that go? I don't know. But if it was Cameron telling like that it was happening, that he was trying to cheat and stuff, I would put him to the side, be like, hey bro, this ain't good, and we gonna chill out on that, and then we're gonna keep it pushing, because we're friends. But because it was the flip, it's like you're wrong. And she's gonna find out, so you better either tell her yourself to kind of like deal with it head on, or it's just gonna be what it was on the show, on the episode this week.
Mm-hmm.
But depending on who it is, that could have been a worse that was a light conversation compared to what it could have been.
Yeah, Clary snitching. Clary dropping all the tea.
Well, Cameron said it first.
Well,
Cameron said it first, but
yeah, Cameron said it because he's still trying to get good with Claire, which that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Me and Jack we talked about this too. While we're on Cameron and Claire, I need him to go first on decision day.
Oh yeah, he has to.
I don't need her to say anything. I need him to go first. When they go to decision, when they sit down and they have a conversation, I need him to go first because he's going to go off what she says. Yeah. And I need him to be able to sit there and say, you know what, explain himself, have the discussion with Dr. Pepper, Pastor Cal, and all of them, and then give the answer that he's going to give, and then she give her answer. Because if she says, as he said, if she says yes, bro gonna say yes, which I think is the foolish thing there is. Mm-hmm. And I told Jack, I said, you know what? If they both say yes, if he says yes because she said yes, it's for the paycheck. Because they ain't no way. You've been separated. How many weeks they've been married? 8. You've been separated like 6 out of the 8 weeks.
Right.
Like, when did y'all build a relationship? You've been separated 6 out of the 8 weeks.
I mean, the fact that he's even talking about going on a double date, you should you can't say. I don't care what she say. Right. I wouldn't think she would say yes based on that. You was already trying to date. We didn't even make it to decision day, not the real decision day.
that was the thing, man. She said that, hey, we're separated. We made our decision already. My question is, do they actually get a decision?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they should even be asked, do y'all want to stay together or not? Because they've already made the decision. And I think the only reason that they would is because of what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or because they use the word, they use the term separate,
yeah,
and not the word divorce. And I think that is where they're gonna find a loophole in that because they get a decision because they said separate.
Yeah,
and it's loopholes.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, that's all I got for Clare and Cameron. Were
All
y'all
right,
gonna
man.
talk about them? Any?
Nah, I ain't nothing to say about them. I'm done. I'm done. I said what I said I was gonna say about them. Man. Like I said before, Claire's just on there. She reminds me of Alyssa. You know how Alyssa tried to
Oh
stay
yeah.
how she, in the Boston season, how she wanted to stay around, stay in the apartment just to hang out with the girl and hang out with everybody. She liked them and not her. The dude, I can't remember the dude.
Chris.
Chris. They want to hang out with Chris. Alyssa to me, Claire is just like Alyssa. She's there because it's a free apartment. I can hang out with my girls. I can still be involved with the conversation with most people. And guess what? Lifetimes keep letting me go on a retreat. Lifetime keep bringing the camera here. Lifetime keep asking me questions. They still want me to be involved. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna keep being involved because I got all the tea. It's like Claire got all the tea on everybody.
Right. She's just a fly on the wall.
She's just a fly on the wall. Remember, she was the one that was talking to Lauren and Orion when they was at the retreat. She knew about everything. So it's like, like somebody, I wouldn't be surprised if production feeding her information like, all right, we're gonna keep you on, but I need you. Hey, don't you know so and so's doing this? Hey, so go ask them the questions about this. I think I wouldn't doubt it. She's the fly just to keep them on TV because everybody can't leave.
Artika just said because they probably keeping her on because everybody else is divorced.
Right.
Like it's so many people divorced, and it's like truly, this episode was like, dang, they ain't gonna make it but one couple, and they knew.
One couple got it right, and they knew. And like this one, you looking at like, you know. Yeah. So we're there. Let's talk about this new couple since you open it up, man. This new couple, Michael and Chloe. They met with Dr. Pia this week, man. Mm-hmm. They met with Dr. Pia this week, and Dr. Pia has a few things to say about intimacy and romance, and Michael and Chloe wasn't scared to take it. Well, Chloe wasn't scared to take it there. Chloe wasn't scared to take it there at all, and she ready to go.
Man,
she's ready to go.
So Artika didn't watch the whole episode with me. Oh, you didn't? But it's one part about them that we was like, what is going on?
Right.
Like when they were sitting on the couch and she just dug in his pants. What was Michael doing to her?
Did it look like she was on her hands and knees?
Yeah, but we didn't know where the head was.
Right. It looked like she had it backed up to him.
Right.
Her head was the other way. And I'm like,
what are y'all doing?
Right.
Like y'all forgot there's cameras in the living room?
Artika said they said they'd never done anything, but y'all lying.
Somebody tell me.
That's what I told Jack. There's no way in the world that this woman, who's your wife, can sleep with you beside you naked every night, and y'all cuddle, and you have not tried anything.
Nah.
She feels too comfortable, right? Comfortable on the couch. That she feel comfortable on the couch tells you that she's comfortable with you, that she can put her hand down your pants.
Yeah. Like I'm like, what type of control does this man have that they ain't did anything? Like, and for her too. Like, what type of control do y'all have that y'all like? I don't know if he was sniffing your butt or the area down there, or I don't know what was going on. But you just grabbed this man's jack and you like, no issue with it. I mean, he did what every man would do. I'm gonna just sit there and chill and see where this goes. But and next thing you know,
right? I'm gonna see where it goes. I'm gonna let you take the lead. Where is this going?
Man, but I truly was confused as to what they were doing on that couch. But I enjoyed that they were open to it, like the conversation and everything like that. It was a very mature conversation that I was like, the rest of the couples couldn't get this far because they were too into other things, Yeah. That's just it's helpful. Basically, Michael was like, I'm a freak, but I ain't that freaky. But if she into it, I'm willing to be freaky with her. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, dude, just say you down to do whatever she wants to do, man. It's cool. That's your wife.
I feel like for him to have said on a scale of 0 to 10, he didn't start at 0. From 1 to 10, he's a 6.3, but he said I'm pretty vanilla. So what makes you the 6.3? I'm trying what
I was confused by that too. I was like, bro, like
what?
no, 6.3 ain't vanilla at all, man.
No.
6.3 ain't vanilla. I mean, it's not. Like what are you willing to, she's willing to go there. You can tell she was willing to go there because if you go back to her I want to say before they got married episodes. And Dr. Pia said that she was the one that was sleeping with the junk underneath her pillow, right?
Yeah.
She's the one that she was ready to go. Like I sleep, you ain't gotta look at the drawers under my pillow. So whenever I'm ready, we can go ahead and pop the batteries in, hit the on button, and we can go. That's what she basically said. Like she was ready to go, whatever. So again, you're dealing with somebody who's hypersexual, and he's hypersexual, and you would think, and I would think, like he's very eccentric in everything else.
Yeah.
In his life, I mean, like, he's over the top in everything. But he's not over the top.
Yeah, we talked about that.
He's not over the top when it comes to the bedroom. Is that a confident issue? Is that are you not sure where you're flowing at here with a woman who is? Because when she was in the sex shop, she was in a candy store. Like, yo,
she was comfortable. You know how that can make some people like uncomfortable and stuff like that. But nah, she was like, I wanted this, I wanted that, I wanted this. Yeah, this is, you see that, and just laughing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Like, I was like, it's good to see because a lot of people don't realize that as married couples, man, married couples have sex. Like, a lot of people don't realize that, and a lot of married couples just don't talk about it because it's their bedroom, right? But that part of the show and seeing it, it's like, man, good ideas for those people that worked for them. That was something that was some good advice for them to do to actually bring them closer to each other, because a lot of the times it's just the experience of things. We go back, me and Artika go back to like I experienced at Stone Mountain Park. We had to walk down the mountain with no phone battery, with no light, and trying to catch a laser show, and we just watching this kid's shoes light up, following them down the trail. So it's like that was an experience that we enjoyed. It ain't a sexual experience, but it's an experience that we enjoyed. Now you fast forward to Michael and Chloe, they're trying to get more intimate with each other, and that's just a experience that they have that they can fall back on times of intimacy. You remember when we went to the sex store, you bought that, I don't know what he bought, a masturbator?
Yes, it was a masturbator. I looked it up, dog.
GX 9000 or whatever.
I was just like you, Tommy. I didn't know what it was, and I guess there was a frame where they showed the box.
Now, you ain't no guess. It was a frame.
It was a frame. The frame they showed the box.
Yeah.
I typed it in Google, like, what is this? Because I wanted to see what it was. I'm like, and I mean, she see what it was.
Yeah.
And each his own. Ain't for me.
Right. Each his own.
She was excited. She was like, I'm excited to see him use that. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, she was excited. They put the headphones in and listen to the moaning voices and all that.
I was like, hey, man, that's
But it's, each their own. But like I said, I think because look how many couples have we seen on this show that couldn't explore sexuality or couldn't explore the sex stuff, right? I think the one that come to mind was Michael and Jasmina from Boston.
Yeah.
Right. They, like, he slept with every night, and he was mad because she didn't try. So again, I think I'm glad they were open enough to this, and their personalities allowed them to be open to have that conversation and to stimulate them. And some people need that jump start, right? I was thinking, like, man, where was this advice for oh boy, Austin and Becca? Like this, what you saw with Michael, Chloe and Michael, like this could have really helped Austin and Becca if they were that open to. If somebody will, either one of them, I think she's open to it. Not sure if Austin is open to it. Like, this is something that can help them out. At least we ain't see no tantric yoga this time.
Yeah, man. But I was like, man, that tantric yoga ain't working.
It ain't working.
It ain't working at all.
But it was comfortable for them, and I think Michael was okay with it. She was okay with it, and this is voyeurism. She was willing to help him out. I'm gonna put it that way.
Yeah.
Right. But she was willing to help him out. And if he ain't getting none that night, I'm sorry, shame on you.
If he ain't getting none, he got some the next night. Yeah. But he's definitely got some in vicinity of that day.
In vicinity of that day, yeah. In vicinity of that time frame, yeah. But he was willing. I think the thing was he was willing to let her take the lead. So
yeah,
and to make her comfortable because you don't want to be. We're gonna talk about optics later on TV. You don't want to be that guy who's too pushy when it comes to that.
Yeah.
You will let because then you have another narrative about you, but you want her to be able to take the lead. And I think he understood that. I'm gonna let you take the lead so you'll feel more comfortable.
Yeah, she seemed comfortable.
Very much.
She was ready to go.
She seemed very comfortable with him, and that's what you want to see. Like you want to see a comfortability in each other, in the partners or whatnot, just because that leads to being able to overcome the arguments that they have. You know, or that we all know this coming. So it's like, yeah, I'm glad y'all comfortable now because it helps when it's other things that you have to overcome. That we know are coming, and it's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, it is, man. It's pretty cool. I just need them to realize that there are cameras in the house.
Yeah, I do too. I need them to explain what he was doing.
Right.
Like, cause I mean, is that the head or the tail, man? What are you doing? The cat was on the was that a cat on the couch too?
I think it was one of the animals.
Man, you gotta put these animals away, man.
Get that out of there.
Got your animals watching.
Yeah.
Get that out of there.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Y'all gonna make me go back. I can't remember what he was doing either. Make me go back and see what he was doing.
I mean, like it looks so weird.
Honestly, while we chat, I'm gonna see if I can pull the clip. Y'all let me know. Hey, if you're in the chat and you think you know what they were doing, please drop here in here.
Kathy said, I didn't want to know or see all that. All right.
If you think you know what they were doing, please share with us because I'm lost right now.
Hey, me and Artika looked at each other like, what's going on here, man? like we were shocked at how she, just went in his pants like that. Of course, he did what he was supposed to do. I'm gonna just let you have it. Man, that next clip, we was like, what's going on? What we all know what they were doing here, man.
I ain't 100% sure. I don't want to insinuate anything.
I think it said she was more so offended that they lied to Dr. Pill about not having sex yet.
Right.
Or masturbating together. That was the question, wasn't it? Yeah.
But Tom, everybody has their own definition of what sex is.
Yeah, that's true.
That comes to a whole different definition of what actually is sex, right? Some people think, I think definition of sex is penetration. Some people, you know what I'm saying? It is what did they define?
But I think what we're trying to say is we believe that they have had traditional sex and they lied.
Ain't no way in the world, like I said, she's sleeping butterball naked every night.
Yeah,
and like to cuddle, and you're a grown man, and they ain't, man, come on,
man. I'm only cuddling for one purpose.
That
is why I cuddle.
Hey, that's how I get started.
What are we doing here, man? It's hot. Like, no.
What we doing here? What we cuddling for?
To go to sleep.
To get comfortable. Look, I ain't trying to go to sleep right now if we cuddle. Not right now. I'm gonna want to go to sleep, but just not right now.
Not right now. Let's move. Oh man, let's move. Let's move on, man. Next couple before we get ourselves in trouble. We get this channel shut down. But now, Let's go to Becca and Austin because they had some major issues, man.
Oh gosh.
During this episode, and I don't even know who to blame. Right? I don't know who to blame here, Becca or Austin, man. Tommy, your thoughts on the Becca and Austin?
I don't know what the ending of last week's episode, but when they came into, what were they making, pots or whatever?
Yeah, they're supposed to be making pots.
Yeah, whatever they were doing there. Like she came in sad. Like it was already a tone with them when she came in, and then you sitting there listening to what she's saying. It's like she feels like he's combative. She feels like he's always on the defense of things. And she don't know if he likes her stuff off camera. You know, on camera he's this, but off camera I was like, oh, here's that narrative again, right? And then the thing that was like, what's going on with them is when she got up, she was like, I'm cold, I'm finna put your jacket on, which I wouldn't have had an issue with it. So I got her point on that, but then I also understood his point. Hey man, go clean your hands off. Which I'm like, why wouldn't she think to do that before you touched his jacket anyway? Because you wouldn't want that stuff on your jacket. You know, but I got it. I get what she was saying when he was like, he was just playing, but serious, you know, but she took it way too serious, you know, for to be like, let me go wash my hands. And then I put on this jacket because it's a warmer jacket. She had a jean jacket on.
Right.
I was like, man, she just coming into that like ready to, like, she's already on 9 and anything can tip her over to a 10. And then for them to be arguing about the optics, I hate that conversation too, because it's like, don't care what the camera looks like, right? I know it takes time to get used to the camera being there. Like, it took time for me to get used to not just looking at myself in the camera, you know, but looking at the eye of the camera and stuff like that. So it's like, get adjusted to the cameras being there, but don't worry about how you're perceived, because you can be perceived in any type of light. You're not editing the video.
Right.
You know, you're not in a part of the production. So be honest as possible, as honest as you possibly can, and do what you need to do to figure out if you like this girl or not, and be concerned with her feelings. Like the whole jacket situation, I was like, y'all just, you know, just didn't hit the nail right there. All right. But everything else is like, y'all have valid points, but man, try harder. Then he ended up he left or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, he left after he talked to his friend. I was like, yeah, they gonna say no just because it's like, man, what you leave for? But his friend told him not to change for her or change himself for her or something like that. And I was like, good advice, but find out how he truly feels about this girl, because that's the question at hand. You know, I don't think they really understood how one another felt about the other, you know. I feel like their whole conversation was stupid. And I'm like, dog, I had high hopes for y'all.
I know. That's just what made me so mad. That, like I said, you know, me and you were talking beforehand. It's like, I mean, she has some valid points, but I was like, gosh, if it ain't one thing, it's another. She finding it's something every time now. It's something every time. I mean, and he obviously, let's go to the coat thing. He obviously was being sarcastic when he said, oh, sure, get my coat dirty, not yours. I mean, of course he's being sarcastic, but like Glenn said, in that moment, and you said it too, she came in there ready to tip over. The conversation wasn't going well anyway, and then here you go with your sarcasm. Oh, sure, get my coat, get mine dirty. He was like, "What you say?" but not in that way, you know.
He put it right back.
Oh man,
he could have said anything in that moment, right? I don't care. It's, like I told Jack, it's about tone, pitch, and voice. And you know how it is. Sometimes when women are already mad at you,
man, you heard it earlier.
Anything
I was
you
like,
do,
my bad.
like,
I'm sorry. You know, articulate like that. Like y'all know, y'all heard it. I was like, oh, my bad. I know how that came out. You know.
Yeah, and so he knows. So at that thing, he hasn't learned that yet. But at the same time, he knew what he was saying. He was being sarcastic on purpose.
Yeah.
And he just didn't expect her to say anything. He knew it, and she bit back, and then you know how they. Well, it was just me. You know how they. That's all right. I'm gonna use my code anyway. No, you still want to use my code?
No.
What you change your mind for?
Because
what you change?
So you don't want me to get your coat dirty? It's fine. I'll put mine on. And like I told Glenn,
I would ain't grab yours in the first place.
I told Glenn. All right, so between me and him, you know what I'm saying? We would do that. He'd be like, oh, okay, so you just gonna get my coat dirty. I'd be like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna get my own coat. But I would have left it at that. But what she did was she got her own coat and then she kept going with it. I was like, girl, just no. That's why I said she was ready to go. I would have just left it at that. This joker want me to wear I put my coat on, yours warmer. You know what I'm saying? But she was like, I just feel like, you know, you looking out for yourself and not me. You should have concern about me because the coat is warmer. I was like, it is not that deep.
You put that coat on when you left the house. You knew what you had.
It is not that deep. She went so deep with it. I was like, dang.
You knew what you had.
Yeah.
But I'm being a gentleman and let you use my. All he said was this. I don't mind you using my coat. And I told you.
He could have just said that.
I don't mind you using my coat. Can you please just wash your hands?
Yeah.
I feel like in that moment, though, if he had said it like that, too, because she was already there, he'd be like, look, I'm going to get your coat because it's fleece line. All right, just make sure you wash your hands first. Well, why do I have to wash my hands, Austin? What is Austin? You know, it would have been something else. My thing about that scene, too, I'm going to just add this. And I was like, okay, where was the pottery that they made?
Hey, that whole thing stopped. It didn't even make it.
Unless we missed something in between. I'm like, they never even made nothing. Before they could even get it started, she got started.
Y'all know they got
I said, God,
you know how it is. Got to that point where you don't want to do nothing. Fine then.
I was like, could we at least put the clay on the thing first? It started doing something.
But like I told Jackie, that's one moment when you see ghosts. That's one of them ghost moments. Like, man, you supposed to be behind your girl making pottery. That's supposed to be a romantic situation, not a situation where y'all beefing at each other, right? No. That's supposed to be a situation where it's like, you know what, we good. But y'all, look, I don't know. I can't say both of them was at fault because I think it was childish, right? Mm-hmm. But again, we know in relationships and those watching, sometimes you have those petty arguments. They're petty. And when you go back and you look at it, like, dang, what we arguing with that for?
Yeah.
Like, why we had a discussion for? Like, you know that he didn't mean it that way, or she didn't mean it that way. It's petty. But when you're already on 10,
anything can tip it over.
Anything can tip it over when you're already on 10.
Man, the other thing we talked about is, you know, like a who's right and who's wrong type of thing. She called him combative. He was like, never have I ever been called that. And so that was the whole thing where it's like, I wouldn't even say the man was argumentative. He just stating his point. And that's where the optics thing come in. Yeah, you don't call somebody combative. Combative means I'm purposely picking a fight. Like I'm trying to fight with you. And from the get-go, I never got that from Austin. He combative. No, what?
Nah, he just trying to stick up for himself and not agreeing to everything that she wants to agree to. I think that's fair, you know, that's fair. But I also think if you felt the type of way, you did that when you first hear it. Like that's a thing that you say, hey, don't call me combative. You know, if it bothers you like that. But then also give her more to bite off of because it's not like this is new.
Right.
We know that she's very sensitive because I don't know if he told her she was gonna go to hell or something, but when the hell conversation came up, she started crying like boo-hooing. You know, like nobody has control over that, you know, decision. It is not in our decision or our willpower to determine if you're gonna go to hell or not.
Mm-mm.
You know, so it's like, okay, you see how the type of woman she is. You got to be paying attention to that. So be able to say, "Hey, I don't like it when you call me combative. Let's think of another word." And then just listen to the fact that she's like calling you combative. Explore that more. Like, why are you calling me combative? What is combative? You know, what am I doing so we can work on that? Like, that was the thing that bothered me about Austin. He was so laid back and so I'm gonna just go with the flow. And then now we here, and he brings up this dumb argument or this dumb conversation about the optics don't look right. I'm setting a bad light. Like, come on, bro. Like that, you didn't look. You look bad anyway. You know, because now we're saying you're not listening to your woman.
Right.
And it's vice versa, because she's listening to you, but you're not telling her anything. And that's an issue. So
yeah. And you know, and then he tried to calm it down too when they was in an apartment by themselves. You can see his body language, how they approached him, how he approached her, how he's trying to get an understanding. All right. He's trying to get an understanding of where she's coming from. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, all this stems from the fact that he doesn't want to have sex with you. Like, can we be honest? The frustration of her frustration is the fact that he hasn't slept with her yet. So she's feeling frustrated. She's feeling unwanted. She's feeling rejected.
It's not just having sex with her,
but the intimacy.
But it's
So he's not been intimate. But I'm thinking, y'all, but they was doing other stuff. This is what I'm saying, y'all. They said it on the previous episodes. They were doing other things. They were being intimate, right? I know he messed up, right? I know he went and slept in Von Miller's bed when he had opportunity to see his wife, right? He got drunk, right? She was ready to go that weekend. Like, he didn't put it in priority. It wasn't a priority for him to have sex with his wife. It was a priority he got caught up in the moment.
Yep.
And he got caught up and he missed the opportunity. And she really took that to heart. Like, this is supposed to be our weekend. This is where we're supposed to connect even deeper, but you didn't allow me to connect. And I think she's still lingering and feeling some type of way from the retreat, and all that's on the inside of her, and it just bubbled over here. It just overflowed because, again, she feels totally rejected. And her biggest thing is you're one way on camera, because if you remember this, you're one way on camera and you another way off camera. Like, you're performing when the camera's on, but that's not who you really are. Yeah. And he's like, this is who I've been the same from the beginning. I'm intimate with you and all this, but we're not going that route. And I don't think he's even asking the right questions neither, though. Like, what does intimacy looks like to you? All right. What do you consider intimacy? Because my thing is my intimacy may not be your intimacy. And I'm thinking I'm being intimate, right? It's like romantic. What I think is romantic may not be romantic to you. You may like, whatever. You know, like, I can't remember what show we were watching. Some Women Don't Like Flowers. I think it was the one with Kirk Franklin.
Yeah.
Right? The Kirk Franklin show that he had on TV One. The girl asked you, like, I don't like flowers, but dudes kept bringing her flowers. And she was just, but if you don't ever tell these dudes that you don't like flowers, they keep bringing you. They don't know. Mm-hmm. So, again, if you tell him what intimacy is, and one thing I learned about a man, and if you tell a man how to take care of you, he'll take care of you. If he really loves you and really want to be with you, and you lay it out, think about it. Men been following instructions from the beginning of time. Get a new video game, I'm listening to the instructions to the book. Okay, this is how we play. Boom. This is how we move. Get a new car, they want to know all the things about the car because they got an instruction manual. You've been given instruction manuals all your life. So you tell me as a woman, hey, I need you to take care of me like this, because guess what? You've been taking care of yourself for this long. You know how you want to be treated. You know how you want to be talked to. Mm-hmm. You know how you want to be, cuddled with. You know how you want to be stroked. You know what you like, what you don't like. Those are conversations you have in relationships to make the relationship better, to make the marriage better. Tell me how to treat you. And if I don't live up to that standard, then you can get on me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Spoken like a true married man.
For 22 plus years, man. Like, I'm still running every day, man. But I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there. No, stop. Don't do that, because you still here.
Look, you can say that. Look, maybe I ain't got nowhere to go.
After 22 years, there's been some trial and error. You got to have some wisdom after this long. So I learned some wisdom.
But what I wanted to say along those lines too is the other thing is from Austin's side to Becca. Maybe you need to, not maybe, if all you think intimacy is sex, then you need a bigger definition of intimacy too. Because there's a lot of people that think that's the only way to be intimate is to have sex, and that's not, it's not. So she kind of need to expand her mind too. She might be like Chloe and be the sex queen and do this and this sex. But okay, so we can't just, maybe they might need to do that tantric yoga. You know what I'm saying? It's other things to do that's intimate besides having sex. You know, so he needs to she needs to be able to tell him how she wants to be treated, or you know, what intimacy is to her, but she also has to be open to the fact that intimacy is not just getting the draws. It's not.
Yeah. Not GTD.
Yes,
GTD. But again, you know, if that's what she, you know, again, she's telling, and I said that she's telling you how she want to be treated or how she wants, and you're gonna have to, and on his side, he's gonna have to accommodate and tell her why he doesn't want to GTD.
That's the biggest thing, man. He wasn't,
and he hasn't told her what, and he hasn't really, and she doesn't understand why he doesn't want to GTD because he hasn't told her. And you can say, if he comes out and tell us, you know what, I love you, I'm gonna be intimate with you, I respect you, we're gonna do this. Can we wait till after the process, after the 8 weeks, after decision day, if we both say yes, and then the girl, you can get all you want. I think she'll respect that.
Yeah.
Right? If you say, you know what, I don't want to do it I don't want to deal with it because it's on TV and I don't want everybody to be in my business. It's on TV and I don't want everybody to be in my business. I think she can deal with that too. Right? Like, look, we'll do everything. I will please you. Who's that? It was Atlanta. Claire. It was Claire. Claire and black dude, mixed guy.
Oh, Ryan and Claire.
Ryan and Claire. They were having sex, but they kept it off of television. That's another way that you can do it too. Like, yo, okay, I will, but I need you to be quiet about it. Like when they ask us about it, just mum's the word. Don't say nothing. Right? But again, it goes back to a trust factor. He don't trust her. He's not 100% sure if it'll move on. And he's not willing, ready to commit to that yet, to put all of it. I don't know if I say put all of it in, but that's not the right word. To go all in. But I'm about to say he's not ready to go.
He's not ready for that.
Yeah, and it's okay. See, I'm not ready for that, right? If it's inexperienced, I'm not experienced enough ready yet. I don't think I could please. It's so many things you can say, but I think by her being left in the dark is the biggest thing for her because she doesn't understand why, and he's keep leaving her in the dark. If that's how y'all think he's being combative, then cool. Because I put in the chat, like, how is he being combative? I haven't seen a combative action from him. Right now, you can say Brennan's been combative a little bit, but you can't say to me or show me how Austin has been combative. Has he been not empathetic? Sure, right, but I don't call that combative. I call that not being empathetic to her needs and meeting her feelings. That's not combative. Combative to me is he calling her out your name. He messing with you, putting hands on you, or he just calling you stupid all day and not expressing all that. That's combative to me. And every time you turn around, you're arguing. It's not what he's doing. So just let me know. Y'all know. 33% of y'all say he was being combative. Let me know how. All right, please, because I had somebody in the chat tell me he was being combative too, and on our page. And me and her I'm open for the dialogue. It's not a fussing situation. I'm just open for the dialogue. Maybe I don't understand, and I just need somebody to show me how he's being combative. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes one way we look at things, we may not see it being combative. That somebody else views it. So y'all share with me. 33% of y'all that said he was being combative. Just let me know. Oh man, anything about Austin and Becca, Tommy?
Nah, I mean, like, I think we covered everything, man. It's just, hate to see that they, ending like this,
I know.
That was my couple to say, yeah.
Are they
Me too.
Are you sure they're in? Because when she was sitting down with the girls,
oh, that was the other thing.
When she was sitting down with the girls, she didn't seem like she was ready to call it quits. She seemed like she was really ready to keep this thing moving. When they had a little powwow.
Then they, like, when she sat down with the girls was before they left. He left, right? Like, this man moved out of the apartment.
But see, this is the trick, right? And this is where I say it's production. It was the day. If you look at the caption they put up, it was the day before decision. It was the day before decision day.
It was.
So I'm thinking he was gonna leave anyway because somebody got to go. Y'all got to go be to yourself and make a decision. So I was thinking like, okay, and I was thinking he just came and grabbed his stuff because he was gonna grab it anyway. But when he came and grabbed it, she wasn't home and he didn't say anything to her. He just grabbed it and rolled out.
And see, that's like that's all that is weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like how you just move out and don't say nothing to a person.
Right.
Don't say bye.
Like
see
bye,
you later.
or I'm finna pick my stuff up and I'll see you tomorrow, or you know, something like don't let the Artigas over there. She's crazy. Don't let you know, like something. And you supposedly like this person, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing too. You like this person and you just move out. You don't say anything. You guys have been arguing with each other and or disagreeing with each other, and you know that's all I got until we see each other the next day to make a decision. Like nobody wants to be like, yeah, I want to be with this person who like gets upset and just walks out. You know, because that's not treating people well. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they say yeah on decision day. I would be thoroughly surprised.
I think what Glenn was saying too. I don't know. This is what made me think she might say yes, because when she was talking to the girl, she said, I know the process is exhausting and basically doing the camera thing and everything. And what she said was, I can't wait for this to get easier.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, she said, I can't wait for this to get easier. So it's like she's saying, I'm willing to try it without the cameras. Let me see how he act then.
I think he didn't say no. I think his friend convinced him to be like, no, I'm a catch.
Yeah.
She want to change me, then no. She can't have.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see, man. I hope they say yes. You know what I'm saying? I hope they say yes on decision day. Let's see what, I think they don't, to be them and Chloe are the Chloe and Michael are the only hope.
Yeah.
Because everybody else, dog, they done.
Yeah. All right. Now, for the train just keeps going off the track. It just keeps getting. I thought it was what I say on our thing. It was worse, but it got worser. It got worser. just when I thought, oh Lord, Emily and Brennan.
Yeah, where do you want to start? Because man, this guy.
I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. I think I'll start with this. I feel like I was not completely surprised when he threw in her face the fact that I saved your life. He's basically, you acting like this and I saved your life. You don't appreciate me saving your life. I was like, oof, sir, you didn't save her life. You were very instrumental. You were very helpful in her getting help, but you did not save her life. And then, does that mean I have to kiss your tail?
I don't know what it means, but it's like he said that, and we're talking about when they were on the FaceTime together, right? He said that
at dinner and on the FaceTime.
Yeah. I remember he said that at dinner. If it wasn't for that accident, you wouldn't have had the accident or near death experience or something like that for us to
he said good. if you hadn't convinced me to stay in this, you wouldn't have had an accident.
Right. Man, my thing when they were on the FaceTime part, when that's his response to her asking him about this double date thing. And I'm like, so you're admitting to that you're like just going out here on dates with people and trying to double date with Cameron about everything, and you're like, she's supposed to be down with that because you saved her life. Like, you didn't do anything. You
No.
only did what a human being would do, which is, I'm gonna get the police. I'm gonna care at what's going on with you. I'm gonna get the police, the ambulance here. The other people were the ones that called the ambulance. He just stood there and held your hand. When you went to surgery, he was there because he was supposed to be there. You know, if he wasn't, one of the other girls, Claire, would have came if he wasn't there. So it's like, you did what you were supposed to do because that accident happened. Now you're saying you're her hero because you saved her. Like, bro, you sitting out here cheating on this girl, man. Not, like, you're out here just really doing what you want to do, and this girl is trying to figure out if she want to be with you or not. And that's what that bothered me 100% outside of everything else this man was doing. Because I felt like that response said that you did something wrong.
Yeah.
That response was like, okay, you understand that where you got her messed up at, but then here's where you're trying to save face, and that's so stupid to me. But when you go back to them at the restaurant, it bothered me about her that she was so upset about. Him calling her a negative person, and he's being very literal about the word negative. Like, you said you hate this, you said you hate that, you said hate is say that. Hate is such a strong word, and you're being negative about all this. And the funny part is, she's at the end, she was like, I hate him. But and she just really, like, that really truly bothered her, and to the point where the producer said, so I can't believe he said that about you. Like, I was like, why is the producer in here saying, like, she can't believe, like, did he call her something else?
Right.
And that's what we're not hearing or something like that. But
right,
their whole conversations were stupid, and like, knowing that she just Lily is distracting me, but knowing that she is like, she was like, things were changing because she had this accident. I was like, good grief, man. Like, come on, let's figure this out, because that's dumb. He just did what he was supposed to do.
Right.
They did make, like, I appreciate the girls were like, that's not his true self. That's just him doing what he did. But his true self is showing, is what you see.
Yo, what you see is what you get, man. I mean, I think he's showing, and he's still I think he's still holding back just a little bit. He don't want everybody to see him on camera, being a fool that he is. But the more he hold back, the more he's being a fool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The more he's being a fool, right? The more he talks, he's being a fool, right? He said to her, and this is what I like. He said to her, we supposed to hit reset. We supposed to be friends, right? Like, I didn't come here to be friends. I can't be your husband or your wife. We didn't come to be friends.
Wait, right.
And we're friends. You talking about resetting just to be friends, knowing that you're gonna leave me anyway, but you want to leave this as friend, so I don't cuss you on decision day.
Right.
On that, what he also said was, he said, we had a big disconnect for weeks about what a friendship was versus a relationship. That's what he said.
We got to realize that they only had 8 weeks.
Right. So like, for weeks. So are you saying from the beginning? from the beginning, is that what we're talking about? And
Man.
It's like, it was getting blurred. No, I came into this just like she talked to Claire. I came into this to be married. Now, I want to be friends with the person I'm married to, but I don't just want to be friends. So I know, sir, I think you had it blurred. And like she said to him, you never explained to me what you meant by you wanted a friendship. You had it in your head and you didn't tell me. And so you want me to read your mind. And so then here we are. I was like, Brennan is such a butt. I was just like, just the stuff he was saying. I was like, and then like my husband was cheering. You could see the other Emily pop in because when he said, then she was like,
yeah.
I was happy for her. I'm like, she stood up for herself. Like she was. This time she wasn't just taking it; she was dishing it out. She was giving it back, and I'm like, you know what? I'm glad you finally realized. You know what? You can't take all this, right? Let him put kind of put him in his place. Like, dude, I stayed here too. I didn't have to stay. I could have left, and that's when he said, "Well, you made me stay. If I wouldn't have stayed, then we wouldn't have had this accident." What?
Right, that didn't make sense at all. Like the whole point was them to be like he came into the whole thing like just confused about everything. I don't think he truly understood what he wanted to do, and he was looking for another chance at something else. And so, man, that whole thing was just confusing, man. Like I was like, dude, like, do you not hear yourself? Do you not hear yourself, and do you not see what she's saying? Like truly understanding what she's saying, because she's saying, I came here to be married. Right? Yeah, we're gonna be friends, but we're gonna be in a relationship. And you're saying if we didn't go through what we went through, we wouldn't be, and you wouldn't have had a near-death experience. But the whole point, she was like, it made us closer together, which it didn't.
No,
I don't think it did. It changed her look at him because she saw, oh, he can be human. You know, he's not always a hole. You know,
right?
He can be nice, but he was only being nice because you were injured. You know, like that whole that conversation. I was like glad she's sticking up for herself, right? Because I did see a change from when she came back from the bathroom. Like, okay, now she means business. But then it's like
she got boosted up by the producer.
Yeah, right. Like I was like, come on, man. Like, look at the situation.
Yeah. I think I want to say this, and then, like you said, Tommy, all he did was actually show his human side. And what else? We talked about this the other week. What else would I expect a human to do? Like, you have to be the worst of the worst to be with somebody, and they about bust their head wide open, and you don't take care of them. And he's not going to do that because he's concerned about his image. So but that don't. It didn't bring y'all closer. It just made you see a better side. And she said that at dinner. I saw something from you that I hadn't seen. That don't mean we better. That don't mean he cares no more.
No, right. It don't. Because again, it goes back to the optics. He doesn't. You don't want to be a butt off of TV. Your wife almost killed herself, and you're still treating her like dirt. Can you imagine what would have happened if he came back to the resort by the rest of the women and he's treating her bad, or what it would look like?
Or if she was if he left her at the hospital and he came back to the resort.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you know, women at the hospital, right?
Right. So you can't do that. So now how it look on TV, because again, his whole thing has been, I want to look good. So his optics was, and I'm thinking, am I doing this because, are you doing this because you just want to look on good for TV, or are you really concerned about my well-being?
I mean, she didn't even cross her mind. This is the part that
you keep bringing up, the fact that you saved my life. Are you trying to convince yourself or convince me? Like, which one are you trying to do?
Trying to convince her that.
Yeah, it's the fact that she didn't think that, like you said, you didn't think about that beforehand. Like, he's probably just doing this to make himself look good. It wasn't until he actually said it at dinner. And Kathy, I was disgusted. Why is she sitting on the floor in the bathroom? I just want to say that.
She had a skirt on too. That's nasty. She had a skirt on too. I was like, that's nasty.
Right.
Stand up.
Right. And then the other thing, I was like, what made him just look more like an a-hole, when he was like, I just want to sit here and eat my steak. Can you give me 5?
You don't want to talk to her about nothing? anything.
proceeds to eat the steak.
He was so pissed off at her at that dinner, man.
You know what? You want to know why he was pissed off, Tommy? Because it was on camera and he
That's
couldn't
it.
run.
That's
He
it.
couldn't hide.
Uh-huh.
And she fronted him on the camera, and he like, you know what? I can't even get out of here. I can't even deny this. And then it was funny because then she flipped it on him at the end. He comes into the apartment like, yo, can we talk? No.
She sure did.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Like I was like, he asked if they could talk, and what happened to the conversation? She
said, no, sir. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, thank you.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah.
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 Her
She
steak,
did.
her steak was too pink for me.
And he did ask her that, is that the way you wanted it? She was like, yes. I'm like, ew.
Give me my medium well. I like a little pink, but not a lot of pink.
Yeah.
Ew.
Like that was like here.
just see it enough so it can be hot.
Man. That thing, man. I was like, girl.
But yeah, she gave it back to him, man. And that's the thing. She gave it back to him and like, you know what? You know, you got your little co-host for the day, man. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, I see that.
It was his conversation about the red flags. I saw all these red flags, and she right. Okay, so if you didn't like the fact that I said hate so much and you felt like I was so negative, why would you not say anything? And why did he not say anything? Because like she said, I never had a shot in the first place. That's why you didn't tell me about the thing. That's why you couldn't. And you're not going to sit here, sir, and tell me that it was her saying hate and being so negative that you didn't want to say on camera for why you weren't attracted to her. Stop it. You still lying.
Yeah. Because you talk to how bad negative she is. You lying all day long.
He couldn't think of anything that was a red flag because he, like, whatever it was for him, he, like, it happened at the beginning. He done forgot what it was. But he just knew, I don't like her and I'm trying to get out of it. I don't like what situation I'm in right now. So I think that's more so what it is, because she was very accommodating with him throughout the whole thing. Like, she's the reset thing. I don't know what they had going on off camera, but you know, he wanted to uphold the image and she tried to abide by that, you know. And so it's like it was something in his head, hey, I don't like being on camera, or I don't like this, or I don't like that. And
you signed up for the show.
That's what he ran with, you know. So he didn't have any red flags. He didn't pay attention enough to her to have more red flags or anything. He pulled that out of his hat, man. You was negative.
But you know, I think a lot of the stuff that she did off camera, the drinking, they said a lot of that is her drinking or whatnot. But I didn't see her as you didn't see her drunk on camera, right? You didn't see her as a slush,
right,
like we used to see Virginia from Atlanta on camera, right? You didn't see her that way. And so I think he took some of the things that she did. And I told Jack, I think the fact that she challenged his manhood on the honeymoon took him off, like, and because again, he was in love with her. He loved her, or not loved her, but he liked what he saw, and he was real up until that point in the honeymoon. Up until that point when she made him mad at the honeymoon, he was all in. And then all of a sudden he went south. It went south.
Yeah, so, I was just like,
and he never recovered.
I'm just ready for them to be off TV, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, next week decision day, and so we get to hear what they say there. I told Jack, if they make this a 2-part decision day, I ain't watching the show no more.
I guess this is Glenn's last hoorah at Married at First Sight. We know we're gonna have two decisions.
I ain't gonna quit in the middle, but I'm gonna ride this season out. But ain't no way in the world that there should be a 2-part decision day when majority of these couples, we already know the answer is no. Like, what are we like? There's no suspense here, right? There's no you can't hold my attention, right? This show should be 1 hour and 30 minutes. Get it done, get it out, and show me Chloe and Michael and see how they pan out after everybody else has said no.
Which I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna have 2 parts, and then we're gonna have 2 more episodes of Michael and Chloe getting ready for decision day. And that's gonna be a 1-parter. And then we'll get to the reunion. I'm looking forward to the reunion more than anything because I
Yeah.
want certain questions to be answered. And this thing about
Mm-hmm.
the optics is a question I want to be answered.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing that I truly knew, like, hey, we're gonna get into it with people being fans of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
eventually you do that because you see that on Ready to Love now. You see that on most reality shows. When people start getting hip to what's going on, they're more inapt to pay attention to the cameras more and then just give us true reality, right? My buddy always says all the time, he said, you ever want to see a true reality show? Watch Cops. But everything else is produced for production, right? He said
Yeah.
everything else people are putting on for the cameras. So we'll see that. But there's no way. I'm interested to see what happens. Do they keep Chloe and Michael away after the others make the decision?
I
Like,
think
do
so.
Chloe and Michael stay around after everybody make the decision to, like, dang, they said no. They said no. Like, ooh.
I think it will. I think it will.
Because we're in uncharted territories. This stuff we haven't seen before.
Mm-hmm. I think they're gonna allow Chloe and Mike, like everybody, be able to interact with each other. But while everybody's moving, Chloe and Michael still are gonna have however long they gave them to
Mm-hmm.
make this decision or whatnot, and that's what we're gonna see. We're gonna see a very fast forward shot of them. Like they're gonna be like 2 weeks after the original decision, they getting ready for their decision or whatnot. So
Yeah.
I just know we got episodes of Michael and Chloe, and they'll have the other members sprinkled in because
Mm-hmm.
everybody would have said, like, that's the hardest thing for me to think of. Like, everybody on this episode, that started out on the show basically said no. The original members are basically
Mm-hmm.
gonna say no because the girl that ran away from Michael said no. And
Mm-hmm.
they brought in
Right.
Chloe. So I don't know. I'm just like, man, this is truly a bad season for me. I'm looking forward to the ending and seeing what they come out with on the reunion. I ain't never looked forward to a reunion like this ever,
Right. Right.
especially before decision day.
Right.
So
Yeah. So
that's all I got, man.
It just, yeah, it really do keep getting worse.
Worse and worse.
It's getting worse and worse. It's getting worse and worse. Like you said, we really are getting into the people on the show. They're being fans of the show, and just it's a camera thing, and I don't even know how you can fix that at this point. Because we get two extremes. We get the people it's obviously it's on TV. You got cameras there, and not realizing, it's a camera thing. Then you got the people that are playing up for the camera, trying to look a certain way for the camera. So I don't know. I think with Austin, speaking of which, I think with Austin, though, he realized that it was, it's a reality show, obviously, but I think he didn't understand how demanding the schedule would be, and that's his problem.
It's demanding. You're filming 12, 13-hour days. They film all this content. You don't know what's going to be on there. They prompt you to ask questions. They prompt you to do all this stuff. And he's like, you know what? It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you still got to work.
And you still got to do your real job because they're not paying you just to stay at home. So you still got to go in the office. If you go in the office or you work from home, you still got to do your real job. Late nights, early mornings. You still doing your whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. So
it's a lot.
Oh yeah,
it's a lot.
Golden Married at First Sight. I wouldn't watch that.
No,
I wouldn't be interested in watching that.
I don't know. The Golden Married at First Sight, I feel like they would be more sensible.
Yeah.
I think that's the one thing. They would be way more sensible. And they probably have already been married.
Got kids.
9 times out of 10, they probably already been married and had kids. And so
I'll watch it just to see how older people act. Do they act like these folks?
I know myself. I would not watch it. Like I wouldn't even be interested in it.
I'm a little offended though for the golden part. 50 plus. I feel like it should be Golden should be 60 plus. I'm just saying.
Man, I'm not
50-year-olds ain't like 50-year-olds used to be.
I ain't watching those 60-year-olds be smooching.
That's all you worried about. What?
I'm just joking, man. I see 60.
We be seeing a 60-year-old smooching. What?
I thought my parents.
Watching it,
no, not your parents.
Oh, I see my parents smooch. They 60-some years old.
Artika said she wouldn't watch it either.
Oh. Oh yeah. We do. We seeing some 60-year-old smooch.
Sweetheart. Okay, we'll see if she catch that. Sweetheart.
What?
Y'all something.
Hey, yo, but I think I will watch it though.
Nah, I know I would. Nah, that's a no for me. That's a no for me and Artika. Artika was like, nah, I'm about tapped out with this. Nah.
It's good. Oh man, love you, sister-in-law. Your sister, that's your sister. Get your sister. Call her when we finish.
He said he didn't want to see no 60-year-old smooching like it was just outlandish.
It's not outlandish. I'm thinking about. Let's say 70-year-olds, 80-year-olds.
70, 80.
Golden age. 50 is not old. 60
no,
is not old.
It's not. Not
you know what
no
I'm
more.
saying? Well, we're close to that now, so it's not old. Tommy said, "I got some years. I'm
not even gonna say anything
because I'm old.
Hey man, but nah, Tommy man, what y'all got going on, man? I enjoyed the Love Brew yesterday.
Man, the Love Brew podcast is what's going on. That's it. That's all. Now, Love Brew podcast, man. We getting ready for this gardening season, so we are making some videos about that and everything like that. So we got some of that content coming out soon, and of course, I'm still building stuff. So just continue to support us, continue to subscribe to our channel and comment. We love the comments. Watch the Love Brew podcast Saturday mornings at 8:30 Eastern time zone. The kids are like, I hate it when they're there, but I love it that they're there, so they run around. They may join, they may not, but that's what we got. Subscribe to everybody's channel, and
when we got I think with us, what you got going on, Jack? What we got going
on? Glenn is reviewing Ready to Love. Glenn is reviewing Love is Blind. I do partake in watching them. I just might not do videos because he does it at a time that's inconvenient for me. I'm wrapping up a semester with my students, so that's what I focus on.
Yeah, she's here though. She's here. You might hear in the videos.
Yeah,
but she's here while I'm doing it. Now, Love is Blind. We got a new video dropping. Love is Blind this week. Episode number 12 is coming out this week. March 6th, drop Love is Blind. So look for that. Ready to Love. Winding up. Keep looking for those. I finally caught up with Love is Blind. So I caught up with Love is Blind there. Make sure you join our memberships. And a lot of people have membership here. August Love Story has a membership. Talisa Ray has a membership. We have a membership. And what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to just give like 5 of y'all can go ahead. YouTube does it randomly. So I'm just going to give 5 memberships to somebody. If you want to guys get the membership, it lasts the whole month. So you be part of our membership. So I just gifted 5 memberships to somebody. So please see who get those and be a part of our membership. It randomly gives it to you, and you'll get fresh content from us, content that nobody else will see. Be involved in some membership chats as well. So hope you enjoy your free monthly membership this month from Jack and Glenn. So, but hit the subscribe button, everybody. Share with everybody. Be part of this with everybody, and we'll keep you guys locked and loaded with more fresh content. And please, Matrimony Thoughts is coming back. I'm getting jacked. We're going to do Matrimony Thoughts on this channel. We're going to talk about marriage, how we survived 22 years, give some marriage advice, and do some things like that. So look for that. It is coming. Trust me, it's coming. It's coming. So more content each and every week. And we'll keep doing Married at First Sight and anything else that pops off. So we'll see. Even if it's the golden age. We'll do that as well. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for rocking with us. And again, we'll catch you next week on this panel discussion. And those who got the membership, appreciate you guys. Use it and enjoy it. And we'll have some good content for you this week. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye, Kathy.
Peace.